Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Brandon and welcome back to another episode of Crypto News. I hope all of you guys are having a great day wherever you guys are from. And today we need to talk about all of the fun happening in the world of cryptocurrency, more specifically being targeted towards Bitcoin. Now, if you guys don't know what FUD is, that is perfectly okay. It stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and I will flash a short description of it right here. Now, this has been happening a lot, whether it's from eccentric billionaires or even news outlets, to try to drive down the price of cryptocurrency and make it seem like things are worse off than they actually are. So we're going to take a look at a couple of articles today. They are quite silly and crazy, and you'll notice a common theme as we go through these. But if that sounds interesting at all, make sure you guys stick around for the entire length of the video, as there will be important information discussed the entire way through. But that being said, let's go ahead and dive into our first article, with our first culprit being Jay Powell as the Fed chief, talking about the cryptocurrency concerns and risks that he sees over here. So a direct quote over here is that we have Powell said the Fed prefers to call crypto coins crypto assets because their volatility undermines their ability to store value as a basic function of cryptocurrency. Now, anyone that understands cryptocurrency knows that each cryptocurrency project, sometimes even each specific blockchain, has their own function within the world of cryptocurrency. Not all of them are meant to be a monetary exchange of assets as a client to business payment, otherwise known as B2C. Not every cryptocurrency is meant to go to the store and pay something for. A lot of these blockchains and even cryptocurrency projects have a specific function and role that they fill, and a lot of them are not meant to be this business to consumer mindset that Jay Powell seems to think that they are all going to be used for. Needless to say, their volatility is fairly well deserved because they are still just about 10 years old, a lot of them being maybe 1 to 2 years old that I believe he's referring to. On to the next article, we have Dalio that sees a good probability of Bitcoin getting outlawed. Now, if you guys don't know who Ray Dalio is, he is the founder of a $150 billion hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates. Now, in this, he goes on to talk about the concerns that he has of cryptocurrency, the problems that he has, and a lot of it comes out to be nonsense. There's a specific quote I had in here about him talking about gold that I want to find real fast. But he sees that there is a good probability of Bitcoin being outlawed, similar to when the U.S. government made it illegal to own privately owned gold. Now, this is quite the comparison to make, as again, one is physical and one is digital, and it's pretty evident that the cryptocurrency is far more owned in 2021 than gold was privately owned in the case of, I believe it was 1972, when Nixon kind of made that decision. So with all this happening, on top of this, again, one is centralized, one is decentralized, one is physical, one is completely technologically based. I think that there is a lot of assumptions that he's making here, and the entire reason why gold was private gold was banned was because the U.S. dollar was switching off of the gold standard and going completely to 100% fiat government-owned asset instead of being gold and silver backed. Again, a lot of stuff that he's leaving out there and a lot of miscomparison that I believe we are seeing from Mr. Dalio. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and move on to our third option of FOMO, which comes from Mr. Kevin O'Leary. Now, this one's a little bit different. He's not necessarily saying that Bitcoin, well, he kind of is. He's kind of smashing Bitcoin, but he has an agenda here, as we'll see in just a second, because he calls Bitcoin China coin. A lot of his argument here is kind of pushing Bitcoin under the rug, saying that it is a blood coin or that it is being created at the expense of these third world countries where people are being underpaid and overworked, and a lot of the things like that, kind of playing the humanitarian card of saying Bitcoin is evil because of the way that it exploits humans in third world countries. Again, I think his argument is a little bit exaggerated, to say the least, especially since it is mined technically over a computer, and there's really not a sweatshop where people are physically mining Bitcoin. But nonetheless, I don't think that's the point that he's trying to make. But he goes on to talk about how he is pushing what he wants to do and his own agenda. As he says down here, my strategy is simple. I'm going to partner with institutions, the ones that come with me. I'm going to buy positions in mines, and I'm going to take the royalty of their production and, yada, yada, yada. Basically saying, hey, don't do this, don't mine this. come with me, push my agenda. I got a better idea. It's kind of him saying, I'm going to smash the biggest dog and then talk about how my strategy is going to be better than Bitcoin's strategy and so on and so forth. And it's, the common entrepreneur move of saying my product is better than their product. So lots of stuff happening in the world of cryptocurrency. Obviously, lots of fun. If we want to take a look at the chart real fast to see what has been happening with Bitcoin, we can clearly see that this has been working. Now, obviously, there's a lot of other factors in this, like technical analysis and even some stuff that's happening with the CME. If you like to believe in the CME correlating to Bitcoin, there's a lot of other factors besides just the news. But people are jumping on the opportunity to talk anything bad about Bitcoin when it's falling, and then when it's rising, you have these same people saying, see, I was right because I said this thing 6 months to a year ago, and they seem to just never be able to lose. So I think it's funny, but needless to say, there's a lot of FOMO in the world of cryptocurrency. That's not to say that you can't be bearish. I've made plenty of videos talking about how I can be bearish on Bitcoin or short and long, and it's perfectly okay. But when you're creating these quite absurd reasons, in my opinion, of people seeing these problems in Bitcoin for just, I don't know what other word to use besides obscure, it gets a little bit laughable. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode of Crypto News. If you guys did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment in the comment section down below as to what was your favorite part of this video. Maybe it was your favorite quote from one of these many sources. Maybe it was even from me, myself, and I. So once again, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more content like this, and I will see you all in the next video.